welcome everyone. Today we will be discussing The Walking Dead, and specifically the characters involved. For those who are not familiar with The Walking Dead, in terms of the TV show, here we have a world that has been completely turned upside down. Zombies, the undead, rule everything, and those survivors, people who have remained, are just as dangerous, if not more than, the undead themselves. So it's amidst this chaos that we are greeted with the Governor. Now the Governor is a very fascinating character, very fascinating persona. One who I believe depicts the fundamentals of anti-personality disorder. Failure to conform to social norms with respect to lawful behaviors as indicated by repeatedly performing acts that are grounds for arrest. Alright, this is going to be a very crucial and reoccurring feature with the Governor, as you can see here. Nasty stuff. This is a trait of his character that is seen throughout the series. He has a reckless disregard for the lives of others, manipulating them so that he can benefit through whichever way he feels fit. And this is an engaging thing about the Governor. The actions that he takes aren't necessarily anything that's necessarily based out of emotionality. It's most of the time actions that are seeking a reward. So another very interesting characteristic of the Governor is his failure to conform to social norms, as we stated before. But this is going to be seen even more evidently in this following photo. So there we see the Governor residing in a secret room with the decapitated heads of his enemies or those who have defied him in the past. Now what's interesting about this is that he himself is not necessarily looking at this room of beheaded people for enjoyment. It's essentially to serve a purpose, his own purpose, which is in a sense building his sense of strength, his ability to see his foes defeated and to kind of build this persona that he needs to rule an apocalyptic civilization. Alright, yeah, this is seen again throughout the series as things progress, and I'll refrain from spoilers, but as we move to different locations, this is a reoccurring theme where the Governor, instead of simply eradicating his enemies, will keep key components, strong foes, in a sort of glass case as a way to reference them and observe them, as we see here. Alright, so another point we see here is where the Governor will hold these sort of battle royales with people and the undead. He does this, again, not essentially for a means of enjoyment for himself, but as a way to utilize a situation for the benefit of his desires. So, for example, in this photo, we see the showdown going down, and it's used as a sort of way to motivate and keep a sort of sport with the people. Again, it's not something that he enjoys himself, but is something that's used for his own benefit and for the benefit of those around him. Alright, so deceitfulness as indicated by repeated lying, use of aliases, or conning others for personal profit or pleasure. Alright, so deceitfulness, lying. Here's something that we are going to see repeatedly throughout the Governor. He will continually manipulate people, groups, women, anything he can in order to accomplish a sort of mission or a task. So, this is perhaps most evident when we see the Governor gathering a group to fulfill his own mission, and he will completely twist the situation to benefit his own desires, his own mission. So take a look at this.
I have to talk all of you into doing something. Something I know we need to do. And I don't know how to talk about it.
So what the governor is going to do here is he's going to paint a picture that these people that are in a location that he needs, he's going to paint a picture that they're these evil, cruel enemies that need to be stopped, when in fact the reality is completely flipped. He'll be able to play off the emotions of others by pretending that he's so deeply disturbed by these people that people need to get on his side and fight with him. Though the reality is, it's a conflict he has himself with more of an ego issue. Irritability and aggressiveness as indicated by repeated physical fights or assaults. Alright, this is just, again, sort of like our first point. It's just completely apparent in his character that this is who he is. He is constantly irritable, constantly sort of having underlying aggressiveness. So the physical fights, again, we're dealing in a decrepit world that's fallen apart, so there's fighting everywhere. So again, that's just going to be something that's underlying, that's going to be continually seen. Assaults, yes, we are going to see on multiple occasions the governor attacking his own people and oftentimes killing them. Reckless disregard for safety of self or others. So in terms of reckless disregard, it's very interesting. It's going to be one of the main characteristics of the governor. He is going to hold a tremendous regard for the safety of loved ones from his past, specifically his daughter. So again, we're going to see it with a separate girl, who sort of fulfills a role of daughter, which is very interesting because he's going to want to protect them, sort of devote his whole life to their protection. His whole purpose will be for them. Now, on the other hand, we do see a tremendous reckless disregard for everyone else. Anyone else who does not fit in that picture of what he needs, of what he wants, are going to just be fodder. He's going to literally, at times, kill people around him who are his allies, his partners, just simply because they're in the way or he was angry. So it's a very difficult balance there. Consistent irresponsibility as indicated by repeated failure to sustain consistent work behavior or honor financial obligations. Alright, so this is going to be one of the weaker points here. Consistent irresponsibility as indicated by repeated failure. It's not going to, the governor is going to fail frequently, but it's not necessarily going to be due to irresponsibility. It's going to be due to sort of more deeply rooted things going on around him. We are going to see irresponsibility in terms of allowing his sort of drive, his mission to compromise things around him. So that's going to be a flaw that will fit into this category of irresponsibility, and that's going to be allowing for the destruction of his people, of his environment, to fulfill his game, his mission. Lack of remorse as indicated by being indifferent to or rationalizing. Alright, so lack of remorse. This is something that's going to be just continually evident. He's going to kill without regret. It's simply just going to be what it is. It's going to get to a point where the very thing that was driving him, he'll end up just killing, simply because of things are lost, it's over, boom. So we're going to see the lack of remorse very apparently in a specific scene where the governor will be holding people hostage and will be willing to kill them. So we'll see the governor want to simply kill innocent people due to the fact that what he wants is in jeopardy, and it's going to be this indifference that's going to just inspire and promote his belief system in his actions. So in conclusion, evidence for anti-personality disorder is something that's going to be evident throughout the character's lifestyle and his actions. Again, this is just a rough synopsis, though the categories seem to fit and the person seems to be there.